Hey, welcome back. Glad to see you tuning in for some more Age of Empires. The map is Altai. We are continuing our play as the Chinese, and we are up against a Rus opponent by the name of Martel Axe. Rus opponent, so we're going to snipe down as many deer as we can. Yeah, we're just going to start hunting all these animals off the map. Don't want our opponent getting at them. And up against the Rus, I've struggled as the Chinese. They get those early knights, so it's nice to have spearmen at the ready. Oh, should really hunt these deer here. But then they can make an addition to that army with a lot of archers. And for whatever reason, I mean, I usually expect that unit composition up against the French, which is a matchup that I feel like I'm pretty good at. I run into a lot of French players, played them a lot as the Abbasid. But against the Rus, it just never seems to work out for me. Part of that is because they can make it to a very fast castle age. And so, yeah, they might harass me with a few archers and knights, and that's kind of what the French do. But all of a sudden, the Rus opponent just makes it to the castle age, whereas the French opponent, they usually take a bit longer. They usually get a second town center. And when the French hit that castle age, I'm not really worried. Like, sure, they'll make arbaletriers, and they can upgrade their knights to a more veteran, upgraded version. But for the Rus, their landmarks are really strong. They can go with that big like hunting cabin, which grants them a lot of gold and free deer spawns. Or they can go for the like free monastery, which gets them warrior monks, and suddenly all the relics are just disappearing from the map. So I'm always scared of these Rus opponents who just kind of surprise me with a castle age. Just a sudden castle age, and then oh, there's some sheep over here. Oh, I didn't even see them. A pretty slow age 2 for my opponent. And I should recognize this slow age 2 from my opponent as maybe they're going to more macro, or they're sprinting for the castle age. Then again, I'm not sure what a Rus opponent is really trying to get by going feudal age. I'm not sure what they're really rushing for. Oh, look at all these villagers heading this way. I think they're going to go collect these deer over here. And I wish I had recognized that. I mean, it was incredibly hard to see the villagers leaving. Oh, am I going to lose my scout here? Hopefully I can take out my opponent's scout. There it is, but okay, looks like I traded a scout for a scout. And I can see the stables coming. So yeah, we've got a barracks on the way already. And we're going to go with a forward barbican. We know that these Rus opponents like to go for the boar. So we're going to put down a barbican, and we'll put a mill here, and then we'll harvest the boar. This felt like a good play. I'm denying my opponent one of the boars. I should really park my scout on the other boar just to watch it. But we need more information. Like, it's great that we got that scout of the stables. We're feeling good there. And I like this. I like seeing the mining camp for the stone, because we do want to get a second town center while we're here in the feudal age. But if we're looking at our opponent's resources, they're pretty much just going heavy into food and gold, and they're probably selling excess wood or food at their golden gate. Yeah, they're just gathering from these sheep. They're gathering from these deer over here. And there it is. Oh, I think they actually bought food. Yeah, they're really turboing it out to the castle age. And I had no idea about this. Oh, I don't want to lose a villager here. It looks like this villager needs to retreat. Oh, he got caught up in this kind of building, in these buildings here. But that's okay. Okay, we have another scout here. We're going to bring it a little closer. Spotting the hunting cabin. Looks like he just got enough to go for the third age. Is he going to under the vision of my scout? Looks like he is. So we recognize the Abbey of the Trinity coming. But man, was that a fast Abbey of the Trinity. That Castle Age came so quick. It's crazy how fast these other civs can make it to the Castle Age. I've played as mostly civilizations that struggle getting up to the Castle Age. They like a longer feudal age. As the Abbasid, you want to get that second town center down. As the Chinese, you want to get that second town center down. And look, he's walling up. He knows he's a little vulnerable because he hasn't put out any military units. Like the stables was kind of a juke. He never actually produced knights from it, so these units here are kind of wasted. This was 150 wood that I wish I had back. If I had 150 wood right now, I could have gotten my second town center in no time. But honestly, we've been playing this game pretty tight. Besides the extra maybe archery range and the walking time getting this Barbican up, I really feel like we've been playing well in terms of the macro game. The problem is we haven't just like completely greeded and had no villagers on food and just focused on getting the second town center down. Here come the early knights. They might get upgraded into regular knights soon enough. And we wisely have walled off the relics here. Really liking this move. Yeah, I'm using my villagers to just wall off these relics. We don't want him gain access to them. Really want to park some units on this one as well. He's coming forward with his early knight, but we have the units to deal with him. We got these spearmen. They'll do the job. Yeah, he has to back off. He's likely focused on grabbing these relics off the map since he went the Abbey of the Trinity. And we'll see what he goes for. I've almost got enough for a second town center, but it feels like it's been really slow. I think this is where I'm really seeing some inefficiencies. I did not need these imperial officials wandering around grabbing gold. I mean, we're already at almost 400 gold. We really don't need all this food. Instead, we need this town center going down. And it looks like we glitch out putting the town center down. It was blocked by these deer carcasses over here. And so my villagers are just gathering from this deer. I need them to be building a second town center. That's really delaying our second town center here. You can see he's putting out a few Castle Age units, some man-at-arms and some crossbowmen. Wow, they're still gathering. We need that second town center. I can't believe how long it's been delayed. And look at me, I'm just spending my wood thinking that it's already been constructed. Oh, and this knight is killing off villagers. There's one villager. Hopefully we can retreat this other. Are we paying attention? No, we lose 2. We might lose 3 right here. Okay, now the gunpowder turret is firing away. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad he backs off. That villager was done for. I'm glad we have the textiles upgrade. That's good. He's coming forward with his units. And it looks like now he's starting to mine stone. Yeah, he can't come under the Barbican of the Sun. It's too painful. Looks like one relic has been snatched up here. This one is still undefended. This one is being walled up. This one's already walled up. Yep. Can't get it. Sorry, warrior monk. And this one's defended by the Barbican. We make it to the Castle Age. That's looking good. And we are in the Song Dynasty, so we're producing villagers very quickly. Although it looks like now we've just queued them up. A little slow on that. These man-at-arms aren't doing much. This battle is not going to go my way. These spearmen don't do really anything to these man-at-arms. We need to retreat into the cover of something with a gunpowder turret. Over here, the warrior monk is working on my walls. Kind of pointless to attack my opponent's walls with like a scout or something. These are the Roos palisade walls. They're incredibly strong. Glad to see the boar gain worked on. And it looks like this boar is still alive. Nice. Make it to the Castle Age. The unit composition we're seeing from my opponent is mostly man-at-arms. And this scout, kind of on a suicide mission here, is just going to run through, see what we can find. Little did I know my opponent was going heavily into stone. Oh, only that glimpse would have really let me know that he's going big into stone. And I think he just spent... Yeah, I think he just spent some on a second town center. And there is another relic being snatched up. So now he's up to 2 relics. With our castle age done, it looks like we're spending resources. I mean, we're at really low resources. I like seeing that, but let's look at income. We're ahead in food. I think he's transferring his food. Not sure. We're ahead in wood, but he's ahead in gold and stone. Over here, my units can't do anything against these. And this is a clever move from my opponent. By putting down the stables, I kind of parked units on the relics that I thought would deal with cavalry. Instead, he comes through with man-at-arms and crossbowmen. So it's a pretty clever move by him. I'm used to Holy Roman Empire players who they hit the castle age and then these knights head out on the map. Granted, we got the right units now. We've got crossbowmen in the mix. We're taking out his longbowmen. Or his man-at-arms. And there's a big ball of man-at-arms here. I'm not even sure where they came from. They're attacking this village, not really getting any kills here. We'll send in these crossbowmen. Would love to get them within range of this outpost. Okay, looks like we're duking it out. I like that the spearmen are tanking. And there's the gunpowder turret getting involved. Really want that gunpowder turret working these units over. That's weird. Why is there an arrow firing out of this outpost? There's no one in it. And it's counting as an arrow? What? What? Does the gunpowder emplacement come with an arrow as well? What? I'm so confused. Oh, now this is painful. Looks like he's put a wooden fortress here. And it's got a spring-ald emplacement, so it's doing good damage to my units. We're going to snipe his villager down there, but we really should not continue to engage here. This wooden fortress is outputting a lot of damage. If I like my gunpowder turrets, this spring-ald emplacement on this wooden fortress is doing good work. We'll go around. We want to see if we can prevent this keep from going up. Thank you, Barbican of the Sun, for giving us vision of it. But we might be able to get a few villager kills here. Yeah, it looks like we're targeting them down. I like that. Got to get villager kills while we can. But, yep, he's on top of them. Once this finishes, he's going to have a firm foothold on the center of the map. Altai's a very narrow map. It's important to get this central control. And oh, I'd love to see his warrior monk sitting right there. Oh, we put the spring-ald emplacement on the Barbican. Nice. Let's check out income. We're ahead in food. He's ahead in wood. No surprise there. He's also ahead in gold. That's probably the relic advantage. It looks like he's snatched up 1, 2, 3 relics. There's still only 2 left on the map. So he's filled up that Abbey of the Trinity. Would love to see some kind of emplacement on this turret. And I'd love to see some villager production. What's going on? We're not producing any villagers. We have all this food too. We're really lacking in the villager production. And that's how we're going to win this game. That is our big advantage. Really disappointed we're not seeing villagers getting pumped here. Okay, good. Now we queue up 7, but really, as the Chinese, when you're not producing villagers, you're just costing yourself the game. This Song Dynasty, villager production time reduced by 35%. I spent so many resources and idle time for my villagers to come out and build this Barbican of the Sun. We have to keep producing villagers. While it's true that all civilizations should be producing villagers non-stop, I mean, it's just a key element of the game. For the Chinese, it's inexcusable. You've got to get villagers producing all the time. Looks like we got our siege engineering upgrade from the blacksmith. Nice, we're overseeing upgrades. Would love to see another one queued up. Maybe the melee armor? Hard to say. But we need to send these rams up against this wooden fortress. Oh, and look at that. He's got trebuchets working down my Barbican of the Sun. It's already really damaged. We're probably going to lose it soon. Fortunately, the villagers have finished processing the boar, so they'll just retreat. Oh, but he's got units near the wooden fortress. Smart of this Rus player to keep his units near the wooden fortress. It provides good vision. It also defends his units from... Yeah, it's hard for me to engage underneath this. And look at that. He's also parking siege units underneath the wooden fortress. I think... Oh, and look at that. His warrior monk gave the bonus to all of these man-at-arms. They're all enhanced with their attack and armor. Oh, yeah, I'm losing a lot of units here. We're going to go for the mangonel on the back lines here. But this wooden fortress is such a good idea. I think a Rus player who puts siege units underneath a wooden fortress, that's a really smart idea. Oh, okay, good. We got our own spring-hauled emplacement on this outpost. We gotta get away from this wooden fortress. Ouch. I mean, I like seeing the Zhugnu mixed in, taking out the... Okay, can we get the battering ram back in here? Ooh, this is a bad engagement. I do not like fighting under this thing. If my opponent or sort of underestimated the damage of my gunpowder turrets, I'm underestimating the damage of this spring-hauled emplacement. Ouch. Hopefully my spring-hauled emplacement will pay off a little bit here. And there's a forward keep. If I thought the wooden fortress protecting his siege and crossbowman was annoying, wait until this keep finishes. And wow, yeah, he's brought a forward siege workshop. I really like that. Siege units are so slow, and sometimes you just need them deployed on the battlefield right away. And he's probably going to target the second town center. It has lower HP than the initial town center. It's a good target. I wouldn't be... Yep, there's the first volley. What we need to do is get our astronomical clock tower working on some spring-alds, on maybe some nest of bees, and some trebuchets of our own. We've got some food, we've got some wood. If you look at the income, we're ahead in food. He's way ahead in wood, and he's going to use this extra wood income and this pretty good gold income to produce siege units and just play the siege game. Kind of a clever move. Oh, okay, we found some villagers over here, but they retreated into a wooden fortress. Yep, no luck there. I think this is a clever move from my opponent here. The Rus can be pretty good on Altai if you do a little bit of kind of cast, or like some keep creep. Like creep forward with keeps, put down wooden fortresses, get vision of the opponent's base, and then just start sieging them down. If they want to go toe-to-toe with spring-alds, then the Rus can bring out their own spring-alds. Oh, look at that. Yeah, mangonel's coming in. Like, sure, I can produce more units than him. I have more food income. And look at that. I'm ahead in income. But how long is that really going to last? Looks like we got a granary we need to queue up. And we definitely need another town center. We've got the resources for it. I would love to see us put down another one. We're dancing back and forth with his units. Oh, those mangonel shots were great. I really need my clock tower nest of bees to strike at his ranged units as well. But he's sending his man-at-arms forward. He's just going to lose them all. I've got the gunpowder emplacement on this, but my villagers are not working. They have to repair the town center instead. Glad to see the trebuchet out. Ooh, the nest of bees taking shots from the mangonels. How well do mangonels work against nest of bees? Oh, pretty good. Although that spring-ald is what did most of the damage. Check upgrades. Looks like he's got ranged armor and ranged attack. Yeah, he's not really getting the melee upgrades. Instead, he's opting for the ranged upgrades. And this thing needs to attack the keep, but, oh, here comes a Springald. I've got my own Springald targeting his trebuchets. Oh, he's wisely going for mine. I should start repairing it or back it off. Oh, that's painful. And there's the last shot. Ouch. Couldn't hurt to have another siege workshop. Like, the astronomical clock tower is pumping out siege units, but we can't supervise it. We could supervise a regular siege workshop. And now you can see the income starting to swing in my opponent's favor because, yeah, we're producing villagers, but we just got our second town center up, and I'm not sure if I've hotkeyed it. It doesn't look like I'm actually producing units from it. That's a problem. Like, great, I spent all these resources getting a second town center, but I'm not actually producing anything from it. And it's looking like the game is not going my way. I'm going to see if I can engage with his units a little more, but I'm just not really seeing a way out of this. I'm glad to see the clock tower trebuchets. Good micro with the Springalds and the villagers getting involved. It's, oh, and then we hit insufficient wood. Ouch. You don't like to see that message. That means I can't repair my town center. Can't really do anything. Oh, we're killing off his trebuchets. That's good. Springalds have good range. I always forget about that. There we go. Yeah, we're taking out his siege. That's good. And we're taking away his keeps. Problem is, he's got a lot of stone income. Oh, look at that. We're actually doing okay on income. But man, his food has really skyrocketed. I assume he's switched to a food or a farm economy at this point. Whereas part of my farms aren't even working. And this town center still isn't producing villagers. Opponent makes it to the Imperial Age, and I think it's just about time for me to tap out. It was a good game. Like I said, I'm still struggling against Rus opponents, but I think we learned a lot that game, and I really like the Rus pick on Altai. Hope you can make it for the next game.